Hi, and welcome to the Strategic Audit. A little bit about who I am and why this work matters. I have been on the front lines of advocacy for vulnerable members of our society for the better half of 25 years. That includes work as a paralegal in juvenile justice, work as a victim advocate in the district attorney's office. I spent 30 years in veterinary medicine, so I have a better than average understanding of biology, physiology, and the sciences surrounding anatomy and physiology of mammals. So that knowledge really sort of transcends a lot of different areas. And having spent time in the legal system, I've sort of come to a nexus for this research of trying to answer some questions about where the intersection of institutional power and personal trauma connect. And I've seen firsthand how our legal and our civic systems are often built to betray the very people they claim to protect. The research that I've done is inductive, it's evidence-based, it's primary. I am a political scientist, so I use an inductive research approach, so I'm not offering any cures or what do we do next. What I'm trying to do is establish some theories to look back and look for patterns in what's happened in the United States. And this isn't a political post. This is very much a cultural, societal bit of research that I think that until we can solve this, or at least acknowledge it, we're not going anywhere as a country, and we will continue to be polarized. The architecture of submission is not based on opinion or social media trends. It's an inductive study built on three things: primary and legal civic sources, analyzing the incremental policy shifts over the last 40 years that have prioritized hierarchy over sovereignty. Second, neurobiological data, utilizing current peer-reviewed research on the amygdala, the prefrontal cortex, and the physiological impact of childhood trauma, sometimes referred to as ACEs. Sociological observation, finally, tracking the correlation between the fundamentalist upbringing, corporal punishment, and the rise of authoritarian social dominance in modern America. So why is this work even necessary? We are currently living through a national epidemic of trauma-induced authoritarianism. You might have heard about white male loneliness and the political radicalization we see today. These things aren't accidental. They are the finishing touches on a structural blueprint that began decades ago. The sovereignty half of this nation, of which I consider myself a part, is currently living in a state of suspended animation, watching our norms collapse and asking, how did we get here? I'm doing this work to try and answer that question by identifying the why and the how. We can provide ourselves with the diagnostic map necessary to stop reacting to the symptoms and start dismantling the architecture. We can't fix a system we haven't first had the courage to audit fully. My name is Heath Curry, and welcome to the Strategic Audit.